That's right. It's the Average Joe's back again, giving the people what they want. It's the People's Podcast. Going to give you guys a Thursday refresher, talk about some news and notes tonight. But before we jump into that, what's going on, Dave?
Hey man, how you doing? How you doing?
A little tired, but like I said, man, this is for the people, so we're going to come back and do this. And guys, we would like for you guys to come and visit us on Thursdays as well. Be on the lookout for those videos, not only Mondays. We're going to start doing Thursday refreshers where we'll talk about anything that's happened over the week since our last show. We'll talk about the Thursday night game, some injuries, some things you guys need to know. So please continue to look out for us. And we want to thank everybody for your support. Again, it's just been an outpouring of support. Everybody coming out, checking out the videos. We want to thank you guys sincerely from the bottom of our hearts. Thank the people who are working behind the scenes to get the word out on the video. Please like it, subscribe. We love your comments. And then, again, just want to thank you guys sincerely. Also, search for us on Facebook at the Average Joe's Fantasy Podcast. Also, you can find us on Instagram and follow us there. It is Average Joe's Fantasy Football. Now, between each word, though, for Instagram, there is an underscore. So it's average_Joe's_fantasy_football. So please check us out there. Follow us there. We will, during the games, be talking and also be interacting with the listeners there. Now, before we jump into the show, though, we want to go ahead and give the answer. Dave wants to go ahead and jump on the answer for the Monday weekly stat of the week, and I want to give it a shot, Dave, to see if I have it right, and if not, hopefully, you go ahead and let the people know what the answer is.
All right, that works.
All right. So I'm thinking again, it's top three rounds running backs, and Cam Newton, was it Deshaun Watson?
And yeah, and Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor has more rushing yards than these running backs who were drafted in the top of the round. So I'm going first with David Johnson. I think he's in there. And again, where this is not counting people who have had injuries, right?
Right, correct. Yeah, these three guys have played all 3 weeks so far.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do David Johnson. I'm going to go with Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2.
All right, Kenyon Drake. And I have not looked this up. This is off the top of the dome. This is off the head here. And, gosh, I want to say Alex Collins, but I'm not going to say Alex Collins. Jordan Howard.
You should have stayed with Alex.
Oh!
You were right there.
No, I think you're trying to twist the knife in here a little bit, man. Because you know I'm big on Alex, you know I'm big on Drake, and you're trying to tell me that they've rushed less than 3 quarterbacks, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, man. It was and actually David Johnson's got the most of the 3. It was David Johnson, then Alex, and then Kenyon Drake. But yeah.
Man, that 3 points actually was, I think it was 10 total yards from Kenyon Drake last week, was abysmal. I don't, and it's not as if he didn't get the ball. I mean, he didn't really get the ball. I mean, not he wasn't in the game. I think he played like 65% of snaps. I didn't get a chance to really watch that game, but how do you have 10 yards? And they also had Frank Gore. He got like 12 yards total. How do you do that in the game, in the NFL? How does that happen?
Right. Other than game scripting, I have no idea. Like we said on Monday's show, Tannehill was the leading rusher for the Dolphins that game. So, yeah, I don't know what went on there.
If that happens again, I'm going to prison. I'm going down to Miami, and I'm going to squeeze Adam Gase. That cannot happen. Look, Adam, I drafted this guy in the 3rd round. Get it together.
yeah, man. Give your ball player. Let them. They need to get me points.
Let him be great.
I'm not sure. Exactly. Stop wasting our time.
Oh, my God. Let him be. We know Kenyon Drake can handle the load. Let him be great. Stop messing with my fantasy squad. Luckily, I've had some good performances elsewhere, so it didn't kill me last week, but certainly. But yeah. Let's go ahead real quickly and give you guys some updates. Again, we're going to talk about some news and notes since the last show. We're quickly going to go ahead and talk about some injuries that may impact your fantasy week, and we'll chit-chat a little bit about the game tonight. So first guy I want to go ahead and run through here is LaShawn McCoy. Looks like he's going to give it a go for Buffalo. Uh, what do you think about this? Are you putting him in your lineup?
Uh, for a lot of people, I would say, if McCoy claims he can go and they're going to put him out there, you might be in that position where you need him. You got to go and play him. I'm actually in that position in one of my leagues, actually against you this week.
Yeah.
In a league we're in together. And if McCoy can go, I'm gonna put him out there just because that's the position I'm in, going against the Packers defense. So yeah, if he can go, I personally have to play him.
Yeah. I think Packers also, you may go over this here in a little bit, lost one of the defensive linemen. So you may have a shot there. I don't know. I just remember, last year, T.Y. Hilton having the same kind of an issue with the ribs, and he tried to give it a go. And he just wasn't the same guy anymore. And with the way,
Right.
I guess anyway, you run in the NFL, it's not like a wide receiver. Okay, I can go up, touch the ball. Anything's going to hurt when it comes down to the ribs. So I don't know. You may, like you said, be in a position where you have to play him. If you have better options out there, I would probably go with that. Another guy I want to bring up here is AJ Derby. Looks like he may be out. So if you have been a Gesicki truther, this is your week to go ahead and roll him out there. Hopefully he does not take away from Kenyon Drake and kill me again. If Drake has another week like this, it's going to be hard to put him in the lineup. So, but no, Gesicki looks like he may be a good play. And if you haven't heard already, if you haven't been paying attention, looks like Rex Burkhead is done for the year, and that's a killer.
Yeah. Happy, good for the Sony Michel owners out there. I think a lot of the production will go towards him, but yeah, there was a lot of hype over Rex Burkhead over the summer when we were drafting. So yeah, that takes a big hit.
Well, I drafted him on one of my teams, actually the team that the league you and I are playing with each other against here this week. I had him, and it's killing my depth because I again traded most of my depth away to you to acquire Melvin Gordon. But with Rex Burkhead, yeah, I don't know if this guy is going to be made for football. I hope he's done well, investing his money, because it looks like he just cannot stay on the field. Immensely talented when he's out there, but just hurt all the time with a neck injury. You never quite know. So, yeah, fire up your Sony Michel. I think he and both White take a bit of a uptick because of Rex Burkhead being out. So both of those are solid plays. You mentioned, Dave, you had a couple of people that you wanted to mention on the defensive side of the ball here.
Yeah, just some of the big names on some of these games. For the people that got your Kerryon Johnsons or your maybe even your LeGarrette Blunts in that game, the Cowboys will be playing the Lions, and the Cowboys will be without Sean Lee Sunday. Their linebacker anchor, so that will hurt them, as well as Malik Collins for them, a defensive lineman. He did not practice today.
Yeah.
So
Sean Lee's kind of the general, right, of the defense. So without him being in there, and again, that's another guy that seems to not be able to stay on the field. But luckily for the Lions, the Cowboys don't have a receiver in sight.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Possibly, I don't know. This could end up being a higher scoring game because the Lions can put up some points, and we'll see what happens. I think you're going to get a lot of geez, I can't think of his name all of a sudden. A lot of Zeke in this game, a lot of handing the ball off, trying to slow it down. But certainly that's going to be a big blow for Dallas, and we'll see if the Lions can take advantage of that, and maybe Kerryon can get his second 100-yard game.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe we can. We'll see. Yeah, that's going to be a blow for the Cowboys. Another guy, Richard Sherman, expected to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. And they're
You
going
could have
against the
skipped that
Chargers.
one. As soon as Garoppolo went down, it was over. It doesn't matter if we have Richard
Yeah.
Sherman. It doesn't matter if we have Dick Butkus. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's a wrap. Yeah, but yeah, he's going to be out for a few weeks. So as bad as it was already, it's about to get worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to fly through a couple of these, and then I'll get to another big one. But Malik Hooker and Clayton Geethers, the two safeties for the Colts, they did not practice yesterday with a hip and a knee injury, respectively, and they're playing the Texans, so that looks good as far as for your Deshaun Watsons, your Will Fullers, your DeAndre Hopkins. William Hayes was placed on IR for the Dolphins going against the Patriots, so that's or not Patriots, I'm sorry, the Patriots.
Right.
So that's going to slow down that rush, give Brady a little more time back there. And Mike Hilton, who might not be a huge name, but if you recall, he had 2 picks against Fitzpatrick for the Steelers last game.
Okay.
He didn't practice yesterday versus the Ravens, so that's just something to look at. And Rodney McLeod from my Eagles had season-ending surgery today. He tore his MCL against the Colts. So that's a safety down. We play the Titans this week. Maybe not much implication this week. Yeah, not much implication this week, but moving forward, if you've got fantasy objects going against the Eagles, that is something that you can look at. One less weapon on the defensive side.
The Titans are just about in the same category as the Dallas Cowboys at this point, and perhaps not on a skill level because you got Corey Davis there, who people think is immensely talented, but just the way the offense has been going, you can play them without safeties or cornerbacks or anything. You don't have to worry about that. Matter of fact, just throw 7 guys out there, you're probably okay. That's how I feel about the Titans offense right now, man. It's just it's a dumpster fire. Okay, yeah, that's a couple of good ones there, and hopefully for Philadelphia though, they have a strong enough defense to be able to make up for losing their safety. I do have a couple of names I want to mention. Looks like Jack Doyle is still going to be down this week, so Eric Ebron should be in your lineups. He got a lot of targets last week, so I think that will continue. Speaking of the Eagles, Jay Ajayi, he was back at practice, but looks like he may be limited. Have you gotten any information on if he's going to go or?
He's, from what I saw today, he said he's dealing with a fracture in his back.
Right.
So monitoring Jay Ajayi, that's going to be a thing where they're going to come out Sunday. It's going to be one of those things. They're going to keep trying with him. So, that's something to definitely monitor very closely, especially, with Sproles kind of going through his injuries and Clement as well. That's something to monitor super closely with a guy.
Watch out if you don't get a Fournette pulled on you. Oh, he's looking good all week. He's back at practice. It's okay. Oh, 2 minutes before the game, he's not going to play. So look out for that. If he is not going to play, who are you rolling out there? Clement obviously will be the lead dog, I do believe, but it appeared that Smallwood had a great game last game. Are you rolling Smallwood or Clement?
That's another. Clement was injured as well last week. He wasn't completely healthy, so I think Smallwood benefited a lot from him being a little injured. So that's going to be another. If Clement's healthy, go with Clement. If not, though, honestly, if you're not going with Clement, I don't know how much I can depend on Smallwood doing that again. So I might just go a completely different direction.
Okay. All right. Good deal. You got a couple more for me?
Was looking at Muhammad Wilkerson that you just brought up when we were talking about LaShawn McCoy that is out for the Packers on their D-line. So, look for, even without really looking at McCoy, since he's dealing with his own injury, that's a hit for the Packers. And I wouldn't say this next one's huge, but Drake Kirkpatrick did not practice today. He's a corner for the Bengals. We already expect that Bengals-Falcons game to be, high scoring and high powered. So with the Bengals having one less corner out there and the Falcons having all these weapons, just gives you a lot more confidence to fire your offensive weapons up for the Falcons.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is he's another guy that's kind of showing me up this year. I didn't put him on my ADP 0, but after he burned me last year when I drafted him in the top 5 rounds, I was kind of on a never Ryan hashtag kind of a thing going on for him. And but he's top 5 this year, I do believe, thus far through the first few games. He's top 5. I'm not sure if he's going to end up that way, but certainly right now it looks like that Falcons offense has it clicking on all cylinders, and now they have someone, truly legitimate playing opposite of Julio. Yeah, it looks really good. Now they are going to be down, looks like still another week. Devonta Freeman. Are you going to fire up Coleman in this game as well, or Ito Smith?
Get Coleman. Coleman definitely. I'm playing, like I said, like we talked about Monday, like we talked about last week with the I can't remember exactly what game it was, but we were talking about a high-powered game last week, and we said put all your guys in there. I think it's going to be the same thing as far as offense. So yeah, I'm putting Tevin Coleman up. I'm putting both guys on both sides. I'm throwing them out there.
So if you had a flex position open, and you have Coleman on your team, and you have Tyler Boyd on your team, you got to choose one. Who are you going to roll?
I'm going to take Boyd.
Okay.
Just because of how, just decimated the Falcons' defense is, and Boyd has proven to be, Andy Dalton's like second-hand man if you can't get AJ Green. So yeah, I would go with Boyd over Coleman, but definitely, like we were talking about, if I'm trying to decide, if Jay Ajayi's not playing, and actually, to be honest, if Jay Ajayi is playing, I still, if I'm deciding between Tevin Coleman and Ajayi, I might go Coleman over Ajayi there.
Yeah, they may be careful with him and not give him as many touches, so absolutely. All right, got anybody else on defense?
No, other than, the game that's going on tonight, I think covered the bigger players. There's more people to monitor throughout the week, but as far as defense, we've got the big guys covered.
Definitely wanted to mention, looks like the Bears cornerbacks, if you didn't mention that, are banged up. So Tampa Bay, Fitzmagic, go ahead and roll him out there again. Looks like he's taking the starting snaps this week. Winston is on the sideline with his thumb in his mouth. Never mind. I'm still holding on to Winston. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I was not with Winston from before. He was my ADP 0. And I got myself in a position with the Jimmy G that, okay, I need a solid backup that I think can come in and be a top 10, top 5 guy. So I took a shot on him, and it's biting me and him in the butt. This is why you don't get into trouble, folks, because you have a 55-year-old senior citizen come in and play lights out, and now you're stuck holding his water bottle on the sideline. I mean, at the beginning of the season, could you imagine Winston sitting on the sideline, not starting? This is a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
For a guy, a journeyman, basically.
I'm actually in one of my Superflex leagues. I drafted Winston, and then I drafted Fitzpatrick. I got 3 quarterbacks, and Winston and Fitzpatrick are 2 of them. But I had Fitzpatrick as just, get me through these first 4 weeks so I could put Winston in and keep it moving. So no, I was not expecting Fitzpatrick to be holding on to this, and especially even looking at the game Monday as the game started off, I was like, okay, Fitzpatrick's coming back down to earth. Winston's gonna. But the magic is, he still got magic. It's still there.
Magic. Still the magic, man. Absolutely. All right, I got a couple more pieces of the news and notes that I want to go over real quickly, and then we'll talk quickly about the game and get the folks out of here. Panthers signed Eric Reed. Great player. I know him from San Francisco, hard-hitting safety. I think he's going to help that defense out a lot. So if you have the Panthers on the waiver wire, they just got a little bit better. Looks like Mixon did not. He practiced today. He's moving and cutting, but I think they're again going to play it safe with him this week. Go ahead and fire up Gio Bernard in your lineup. And Doug Martin. Doug Martin's back at practice at a limited basis this week. And Russell Wilson is smiling at this moment. He's happy. He has a receiver.
Absolutely.
I seen him on my waiver wire actually a couple of weeks ago, and it was I'm in a league with a really short bench. I couldn't pick him up. I had the choice between dropping Alfred Morris and picking him up, and I probably should have, but I just feel like Doug Baldwin here may be dealing with this knee injury all year long. I don't know if this is going to be something that heals up and he's good to go.
Right. Yeah. No. That was my fear too. I actually had him on a team. I was thinking about dropping him. This came out, and I still went ahead and dropped him. Yeah. That's something I'm worried about as well with Doug Baldwin. And he said that when the year started that this was going to be something, even if he's going to play, he's going to be dealing with. So
right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And speaking of knees, I don't know if you were going to get with this, so excuse me if I'm sniping you. But a big one, Keenan Allen did not practice yesterday, and he did not practice today either with a knee injury. So that they're going against the Niners. We already discussed that. So that could have been a big game for Keenan. So definitely watch that. Look out for that. It will be a
big game for Keenan. He only needs one leg to beat the Niners. Go ahead. It'll still be a fine game. He's been again another one of those players who's been underwhelming. He's never quite been the big touchdown guy. He's more of your underneath, PPR kind of a player. At the beginning of the off season, I had an argument, so to speak, with some people about him and whether he was a lead or not. And I said he has to do it one more year, and I would consider him to be elite. We're talking about either him and Julio Jones. Julio Jones is another guy who doesn't get in the end zone, but he's out there. He gets close to 100 yards a game. So with Keenan Allen, I'll still roll him out there, even with the knee. He seems like the kind of guy who will play through it. And with the porous Niners defense, I think he'll be all right. So let's go ahead and talk about tonight's game. Big, huge, ginormous game tonight. Got a lot of folks rolled out there. And actually in the league that you commissioned, I got Todd Gurley going tonight, Thielen going tonight, Woods going tonight. I got the Rams defense, another league, going tonight. Also got Kyle Rudolph going tonight. So I'll be glued to the TV here in about 30 minutes. Don't call, don't text. I gotta have a big game. Who are you calling out in this game? Who's gonna do it and bring fantasy glory to those who are out there in fantasy land?
Yeah, man. I've got some people actually out there too. I've got Dalvin Cook going tonight. I got Thielen going tonight as well. I'm playing against a guy that's got Gurley going tonight. I'm exactly what you just said when I said Cook's name. Yeah. I'm so nervous about that.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gotten Murray. Just and honestly, even if I had Murray, I don't know if I would have played him.
Yeah. But it's a tough defense
I'm looking,
to run against. Much less hurt.
Right. Absolutely. And from what I heard, I think Cook is going to be on a snap count tonight anyway.
Right.
But I'm really looking at the receivers for Minnesota this week, going against the Rams, being banged up in the secondary. Thielen and Diggs, I think, are going to have huge games. I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a big game. Yeah. Gurley's going to do what he does. He's going to have a great game.
Well, I just got this in that looks like Marcus Peters is going to give it a go. I mean, you never quite know when you're talking about a lower extremity being hurt for a cornerback. That's their, you're in the NFL, so everybody needs their lower extremities. But especially for a cornerback, he has to do all that stopping and cutting and keeping up with people. I don't know if he's going to last the whole game or not, but he's going to give it a go. So if he's close to 100%, that could help out a little bit. But, still, you're not sitting Thielen. You're not sitting Diggs. You're not sitting Woods probably. I'm gonna assume you probably wouldn't sit him. You're not sitting Brandon Cooks. What about Cooper Kupp? You got to roll him too, huh?
Yeah. I mean, in this game, with defense being hurt on both sides, it's gonna be high scoring, and yeah, I think you got to roll these guys out on both. I think you got to roll your weapons out if they're playing. It's gonna be
right.
And that's the reason I had to roll. I have to go with Dalvin Cook, because it's going to be one of those situations where I know he's on snap count and all that. But if I don't play him and it's the Thursday game and the rest of my guys don't play till Sunday and he does perform,
oh yeah, you're sick.
I take a hit. Yeah. So and this is one of those games that it has big implications in real life, but it has big implications on your fantasy team. And like we say on this show, you got to roll your stars out. So you got to play them.
All right. Well, before we got out of here, I wanted to mention something to the listeners. I'm probably just behind, but I seen this commercial the other day, and it cracked me up. It's a Duracell commercial for fantasy, and the guy is sitting there in front of his computer. It's the fantasy draft. This came out about a month ago, so I'm probably late. But if you haven't seen it, you got to go check this out on YouTube. And it's a Duracell commercial with the battery, and he's there with his wireless mouse, going through the draft, and it's his turn to pick. Well, apparently the battery in his wireless mouse goes out, and he can't make his pick, and he gets auto-drafted. 7th round, he auto-drafts, I think it's not Prater. It was the kicker from Baltimore. Oh, gosh. Justin Tucker.
Yeah,
he auto-drafts Justin Tucker in the 7th round, and he's sick about it for the rest of the year, like Thanksgiving passes, and you can see it on his face. He's in the shower crying. It's Christmas time. He's giving out presents, but it's on his face like he doesn't care. All I can think about is Justin Tucker in the 7th round, how it killed my fantasy year. And another one you got to check out is the new roughing the passer rule that has just been completely overblown and overdone. There was, I guess, a couple out somewhere, and there was the lady was the quarterback, and she was hut, and she's running back there. She's just kind of standing, and the guy comes up, picks her up gently, lays her down, pulls a pillow out of his back pocket, lays her head on the pillow, and at the end of the tape, you see a yellow flag come out. I'm at my desk cracking up. My cube mates are like, what is he laughing about? Oh, it's hilarious. You got to go check those things out on YouTube. So funny. Anyhow, we're going to get you guys out of here. This is an abbreviated show. Again, want to thank everybody for joining in. We're just going over a few news and notes tonight, so you guys will be prepared for this upcoming week. Dave, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
Hey, happy Thursday. Enjoy your football tonight, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, a good fantasy week.
Absolutely. Check in again with us on Monday. We'll be doing the news show for this upcoming week. Once again, say thank you for everybody who joined us tonight. Oh.
I have to admit, I forgot. I was going to wait till Monday, but for the people that tuned in today, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. I'll give you a little sneak preview. I'll tell the rest Monday. But I am a hypocrite. I traded for Antonio Brown today.
He's back! Hallelujah! We got him back. I can't call you Antonio anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'll discuss it in deeper detail on Monday's show. But I just have to put that out there, guys. I did end up doing it, but I'll explain Monday.
I'm going to call you Somtonio. You want some Tonio Brown. Absolutely. Well, again, guys, join us on Facebook tonight and on Instagram. We'll be talking and responding to listeners there. Again, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. We're signing off. Have a good night.